Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. I'm going to show y'all how to make a delicious pumpkin spice latte, homemade, right at home. No more waiting for your favorite drink to come in around the holidays. You can make it yourself for a whole lot cheaper than you can buy it out at a coffee shop. But let me tell you about this delicious cookie recipe that I have that goes great with this latte. It is called Pecan drop cookies. I'm going to go ahead and read you the ingredients, and I'll try to remember to list it in the description below. It's a half a cup of butter or one stick, a half a cup of honey, 1 egg well beaten, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 1/4 cup of flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of chopped pecans, and 1/4 cup of shredded coconut, unsweetened. I've made some changes to this recipe. I went with honey instead of sugar and unsweetened coconut to make it healthier. You bake it in a preheated oven for about 350 degrees. A large cookie pan lined with parchment paper. To make it, in a medium bowl, cream together the butter and the honey. Blend in the beaten egg and vanilla. In a small bowl, you want to add the flour, baking soda, and the salt. Mix that all together pretty well. Now you want to mix the flour mixture into the butter mixture and blend it well. Now, you're going to fold in the nuts and the coconut. Drop by a well-rounded ice cream scoop to a prepared cookie sheet. You want to bake it until it's puffed and lightly brown, about 12 to 15 minutes. Makes about 1 dozen cookies. And I call these grown-up cookies because they're really big and nice, and they go really well with the latte. So I didn't make it for y'all, the recipe, but I did go ahead and make some. And I'm going to put those in the oven while we make our pumpkin spice latte. To give you a little sneak peek of what it looks like. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is before I put them in the oven. Of course, you gotta turn your oven on to 350. And set your timer. I'm gonna go ahead and set mine for 12 minutes. My oven was already preheated, so I think that's gonna give me enough time. Just check it and see if they're light brown around the edges and puffy. Okay, excuse me. Now, to the pumpkin spice latte. I looked all over the internet, looked through all of my cookbooks, couldn't find any such recipe. So I made my own recipe. So you're going to hear it here first at the Cozy Cottage Homestead. This is what you're going to need. A half a cup of pure canned pumpkin, or your own fresh frozen pumpkin, 1 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of corn starch, 1 cup of milk. A tip on the milk, I do not use milk that you buy from the store in the gallon. I used powdered milk to save what I call my drinking milk. Saves you a lot of money if you use powdered milk for your recipes. 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, 2 regular tea bags, 4 tablespoons of honey, and a splash of vanilla. Pumpkin pie spice mix. So, let me tell you, you can make your own pumpkin pie spice mix, and this is what you will need. 4 tablespoons of cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cloves, ground cloves. Put it all in a small jar like I have here. Mix it all up. And then you can put it in your old spice jars. So if you get spice jars, don't throw them away. Keep them. Make your own spices at home. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this in one of my jars. I already have my ingredients measured out. I just wanted to show y'all how beautiful this is. And how easy it is to mix up your own pumpkin spice mix at home. If you have all your staples, you can make a lot of stuff right here at home. Now we have an entire jar of pumpkin pie spice. If it was organic, it would probably cost you just under $5. So I know it was a lot cheaper to make it yourself. So the first thing you're going to do for this pumpkin spice latte is you're going to put a cup of water in a small pot and add the corn starch and stir well. You don't want to turn your fire on just yet. You want to leave it off until you get your cornstarch and water mixed up good first. Just want to mix it up. It'll get all dissolved. Alright, now you can go ahead and turn your fire on low while you're putting all your ingredients in the pot. Now you're going to add your coconut oil, pumpkin and pumpkin spice, your milk, and your honey. Pretty much everything except for the tea bags. Okay, that was our cup of milk. This is our teaspoon of coconut oil. You could melt the coconut oil if you want to, but I like to be frugal. I'm already heating up the water and the milk and making my latte, so I might as well go ahead and melt it in there. And just give it a stir. Your half a cup of pumpkin. This was our pumpkins that we grew, and we froze it. Pumpkins are really healthy for you. And another thing is, when you buy a latte, the pumpkin lattes, you get a pumpkin spice mixed latte. You don't actually have pumpkin in it. They may throw some kind of artificial flavoring in it, but all the recipes that I found, it was simply no pumpkin in it, just the pumpkin pie spice. So why cheat yourself the nutrition from the pumpkin? Because you really don't even know it's in there. It just has a delicious flavor. It makes it smooth and rich. It takes a minute to get the pumpkin pie spice mix, incorporate it into the milk. Go ahead and get our honey. I put about 4 tablespoons. You could put more or less if you want it. Again, you probably could use sugar or artificial sweetener. I try to do all the natural stuff, so we use honey. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a boil. Go ahead and turn it up a little bit now that we got it all in there. And just keep stirring it for a little bit. After you bring it to a boil, your coconut oil is going to go ahead and disappear in there. And like I said, this is my own personal recipe that I'm sharing with my homestead family. I've made it a couple times to perfect it. I think y'all are really going to enjoy it. Okay, and let's go ahead and bring that to a boil. And after you bring it to a boil, turn it back down to a simmer. And whenever you turn it back down to a simmer, that's when you want to add your tea bags. And you're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes. After you let it simmer for about 5 minutes, you want to let it rest for 5 minutes. So all the flavors get mixed in together. It's very rich and creamy. It smells absolutely amazing. So, I'll talk to you for a couple of minutes while that is doing its thing over there. So, I already said it was way cheaper and healthier than buying this latte from a coffee shop. If you were to go buy a latte at the coffee shop, you could probably make 4 of them for the price that you would pay for one if you were to visit a coffee shop. And so for me, that's a huge savings. So it is much cheaper and healthier and better for you to make it at home. But I already hear people, my ears is ringing. Oh, well, it's just too hard to make that every day before I go to work. I just have to stop by the coffee shop. Well, on this channel, we're talking about being frugal. So, let me tell you. Here's a good idea for you. Make it the night before. Put it in the refrigerator. While you're brushing your teeth or putting on your socks, you could easily throw it in the microwave and heat it up and dump it in your coffee cup. You know, everybody's got those traveling mugs that they forgot about when all them coffee shops started coming back in style. So, you'll be happy because when you walk out the door with your mug and your pumpkin latte, your gourmet drink, you know you've just saved almost $50 a week just by not buying lattes on your way to work. So, it can be done. It takes a little preparing. If you plan ahead, you'll still get to enjoy that wonderful cup of pumpkin latte. And I'll get back with you in just a minute and show you what these delicious cookies look like and how this pumpkin latte looks. You're going to love it. Alright, we've got our pecan drop cookies finished. Got them baked and out the oven. I'll put a little Cool Whip on top of each of the cups of latte. You can do your little pumpkin spice on top, make it all fancy. I think y'all are really going to enjoy this pumpkin spice latte. Just want to open up one of these cookies and show y'all. They're a real soft cookie, which makes a really good tea cookie or latte cookie. That's about all there is to it. Like I said, I didn't find any recipes for this. This is my own personal recipe that I wanted to share with y'all, so y'all can enjoy pumpkin spice latte year round. And thank y'all for watching. Farewell to my homestead friends and family and neighbors. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe and share it with your friends. And y'all have a wonderful evening.